has been ranked as the most corrupt nation in Africa, despite repeated commitments by authorities to address the problem. CGTN's Abdulaziz Billo has more on Mogadishu's latest efforts to curb graft.
For over a decade now, Somalia has held the undesirable title as the most corrupt country in the world. The Horn of African nation has been marred by years of conflict and an ongoing armed insurgency blamed for frustrating government's efforts to realizing a functioning state. Experts argue that authorities aren't doing much to address corruption. In December last year, Washington suspended military support to units of Somalia's armed forces, citing corruption. Ali Halani is an independent analyst and says it's time Mogadishu did more to address the issue.
What we were hearing was that every government who came to the power said they will fight the corruption and they will eliminate it. But all of it ended up with the rhetoric. But what's important now is to change that rhetoric into the practical actions.
The country's president has on most occasions vowed to intensify the fight against corruption, insisting that it's vital to succeed in the fight so as to gain international funding for key projects that will in turn boost the country's economy, create employment opportunities and end illegal migration.
Accountability starts with us, and rightfully the Somali people will hold us to account, both at the federal and state level, for the three pillars of our administrations, namely anti-corruption and economic transparency, security, and reduce poverty.
The African Union has also acknowledged the continental challenge posed by corruption and has marked 2018 as the African Anti-Corruption Year, with the theme of winning the fight against corruption as a sustainable path to Africa's transformation.
Corruption has affected all aspects in Somali life: politically, security, and financially also. It's better to have a cooperation between the African governments to fight corruption in a very practical way, to raise up the status of African continent.
However, despite government's reassurance of its fight against graft, the National Anti-Corruption Commission is yet to be established, and the absence of a comprehensive anti-corruption reform in the East African nation continues to raise concern among Somalia's international partners. Abdulaziz Billo, CGTN, Mogadishu, Somalia.